so sorry about the inconvenience. Mercury retrograde is already kicking ass right now. We're in the shadow period, but we here. We are live. It is okay. Welcome to Mom Talk. Well, spirited Mom Talk. The Mom Talk without the mom. I am Natalie, and we have Danae here. Who, and as you can see, our kids are
Are
live.
home. They are home
Live. They are
today.
home and live. Thank y'all for
No,
being patient.
no nap, no nothing.
Not,
But
no.
she's so sleep. She's so sleepy. She's fighting it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Hey everybody, thank y'all for being patient. Technical difficulties, but we made it. We're here. We're
Yes.
so happy to be here. We have a few things that we wanted to go over today. Mainly, we were going to talk about, caring for ourselves outside of just doing spiritual baths and facials and the aesthetics. What more do we do? Also, going to go over the Mercury retrograde that is coming up next month. We are already in the shadow period of it, but still gonna go over it. First, Danae, how you doing? You doing,
I'm
girl?
good. I'm doing good. Let me. I can't. Let me. First,
I'm not
I
laughing
should
at
have
you.
known. I should have known that today was gonna be crazy. Like when I walked after I dropped my daughter off at daycare.
Mhm.
It was like 7:26. I walked in the door and there was like a flash, like the electricity had gone off and it came right back on, and then it was flashing 7:27 on all the clocks. Like I should have known. I should have known at that very moment when that electricity went out that today was gonna be stupid. That's all.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what are you?
And mine has been flickering. So last night you told me you found a white spider. I found a
Yes.
black spider. It was crawling on my green rug, and I was just like, okay, little black spider. And then this morning I'm on the phone with you, another little, it just crawled out. And the thing is, I didn't get scared when I saw it. I was just like, oh,
It's a
hey,
black spider.
which is unusual for me
Ugh.
because I see any spider and it's
Right.
over. I'm moving, the whole house getting burnt down. I don't, but I did not get scared when I saw him. I'm just like, okay, all right, so
Right.
spider, all right, come get the spider.
Come get it.
Come get the spider.
Somebody kill the spider.
I think it's like, don't kill it, just get it out of the house.
No.
They didn't do that. They killed it.
Sure. No.
Barbarian.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, you can't have any of my ice water.
Right. So, and like I said, our kids are live.
I'm trying to keep her like out of the camera though because I don't like.
Yeah, want her on camera. I got you.
Yeah.
Take your time. We are good.
So yeah. So tell us about this period that we're going through of Mercury retrograde. What's happening right now? Why is everything seeming like it's either just not working properly or it's falling apart?
Well, one, it's Mercury retrograde. It is supposed to start on September 9th, but there is a shadow period that takes place, meaning there is a time when you will start to feel the effects of, the retrograde. And normally that's 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So even now, I guess you could say we're coming up on it, but that doesn't mean that we're not still in the energy of it. So much like any retrograde, there's a shadow period, and Mercury is showing up. And then we just had um, the new moon, and in there, I think Mercury moved into. I want to say Mercury moved into Virgo itself, or was it Scorpio? I can't remember which one, but either one, we're dealing with some fast paced energy here. We are dealing with a reckoning, it seems like. There is a reckoning, and we are all in it,
Mm.
just best thing in, everybody been saying just kind of buckle up right quick, and now's the time to replan. We went through, like I said, the Lionsgate portal. We put all our manifestations out there, and now the universe is about to hit us with, oh, so you want this? Let's see how much you want this. We about to take you through some, and she came through with hands like, yeah, you want these? You're gonna have to learn these lessons. Let's do this. So relationships,
Mm-hmm.
relationships
I'm
being
already
tested.
over it. I'm tired. I'm tired of Mercury. I'm tired. I'm tired. Mercury is a is it a masculine energy? Is that right?
Mercury, I think, is masculine.
Or is that Mars? Anyway, it don't
Mars
matter.
is definitely masculine.
Yeah.
Mercury, I think, is masculine too, because Venus is feminine.
Okay. Well, they can all go to hell. Okay.
Girl,
I'm over.
but
I'm already over it. I'm already over it. Today was just like enough. This
and
right
that
here in my 5 minutes of life, like this is enough. This is all I can handle right now.
and that is it, because it's now defining period. Or you are defining what it is exactly that you want. Come hell high water.
Oh,
What do
okay.
you want? Hell high water. And it didn't hit me until after this morning I started meditating, and I got the idea, I got the vision of us, all of us just standing in a storm. The thing is, most people who have not taken the time to really ground and cement their plans and become rooted, they're feeling the storm. So they feeling like we're going everywhere. But those
Mm-hmm.
who are still in the storm, but they're standing, they're rooted, they're grounded, we're feeling a storm. But you also feel this calmness and you like,
Yeah.
I know this is happening around me. I see it, because we're not going to be immune from it, but it's just we're getting wet and it's annoying and we're just ready for the storm to be over. Who wants to stand outside in soggy clothes? We sick of the soggy clothes.
I'll get
And
close.
we want the rainbow. We want our rainbow. Like, you know what? We weathered the storm. We want the rainbow. Just give
Right.
us our rainbow.
Well,
That's
that
what.
makes a lot of sense what you're saying about how like this is going to like really bring together or determine what you really want. And I was just having this conversation with myself with like planning my life. And a part of it was I want my kids to be like at home with
Yeah.
me. Like I want to be able to have that job where it's like I work 4 hours a day. Ma'am, stop. Where I work 4 hours a day, but my kids can be at home with me and all of that. So maybe this is just the beginning of that. However, let me be very clear. I was like, yeah, I want to be home with me, but I want like nannies. I want like people that can help me out because because like when I'm doing this, right? Like yeah, we're moms, but this isn't necessarily a child's function, right? Only because I'm a grown up still, right? But at the
Exactly.
same time, like I need to be able to focus because I can't have one eye here and one eye looking over here to make sure she doesn't touch something and start trying to type stuff on my computer. So
Exactly. We are
because I had to give her,
multitaskers.
she's trying to like use my mouse. I had to give her a fake mouse, so that she looks like, so she can pretend that she's doing work.
Girl,
Please stop.
preaching to the choir. And
So
boys are into everything. And my computer desk is right where you enter the room. Like, I used to have a bigger living room before we moved here, and I was just like, they are never going to leave my stuff alone. So I had to move. I have like a corner desk, so everything is in my room. The moment they walk in my room, they see my desk and equipment. Yes,
right,
mama, let's mess with the stuff.
all the
Girl,
stuff.
my glasses have my poor glasses just, I don't even think they straight no more. Just
Right. They take them and they're like straight. Like, why do you need to pull them all the way out? Like, my head isn't that big. Your head surely isn't that big. Like, what are y'all doing?
look at my glasses. Look at this. I am
Mm.
blind as F. Look, yo,
You said
it's
it.
okay. You can laugh. You can laugh.
You
It's okay.
said it.
Look,
Okay,
you
but
can
wait.
laugh.
So, what are some of like the major things that we should expect during Mercury retrograde? Like, we know that electronic stuff isn't gonna may not work properly. What are some other things that may not work
Well,
during this time?
specifically heading into this retrograde, it's more, you know, of course, while you have the technology, communication, and everything else kind of going crazy,
Mm-hmm.
we are still in Virgo season, meaning we still got shit to do. So even though it's even though it's kind of like you know, like I said, you know, there's just a bit of a storm that we're passing through. We still got
Mm-hmm.
stuff to do, and our focus is on our shit. You know, like we're not gonna sit there and let, you know, distractions and anything else come in our way. Like I said, this is the testing period. Do you really want this? How are you gonna define it? How are you gonna show you want it? And what are you willing to do, change, and adjust to get there? So Mercury retrograde aside, you have to understand we're still going through that. So in
Yeah.
addition to seeing some of your plans go off of off of whack, because
Right.
that's part of Mercury retrograde too. Your plans are gonna fall apart. And somebody like me, my Virgo is in Mars, in my Mars. My Mars is in Virgo. Yeah,
Right.
that's the best way to say it. I gotta be focused. I gotta have a plan. I gotta be ready for B, C, D, and E. But I'm also prepared for B, C, D, and E to fall off. You know,
Right.
should they need be? And it's all about understanding what are we in control of here.
Nothing, but
We are not
everything at the
in
same
control.
time.
We're in control of everything and nothing. We are in control of our thoughts and our reactions to our environment, but we are not even able to control the effects of our hard work. That's the hard thing for me sometimes to come to grip with. I can work really, really hard on something and it not pan out the way I wanted to, and I have to accept that.
Yeah. That's kind of
So,
sad. That made me sad for a
but
moment.
that's the thing, it shouldn't, because you know what? You notice I didn't use the word failure. I just said it
That's
didn't
good.
work out.
Yeah.
And this is just, you know what? Learn. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily work this way. I am not a psychopath, which means I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again and it's not working anymore. Let's try to go on to something else, or maybe I just need to just stop. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes Mercury retrograde for some people is a stop. Okay, now you need to stop. Now
Yeah.
maybe it's time to come in a little bit. Maybe now it's time to rein it in just a little bit. Keep certain things to yourself. Keep communication steady, but at a minimum.
Right. Ma'am, what are you doing?
So,
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
girl, you are fine. Again, you said it best. Being a mom is like having to rest. You just
It is. Like
random moments.
she literally just found the most expensive shoes that she could find and decided she was gonna wear them. And like, don't worry about if you scuff them up or get crackers all on them. You already had a cookie. You're not getting any more cookies. I'm sorry.
How dare you deny her cookie?
It's too much. It's too much. Because she'll sit there and eat all the cookies. And she'll do this thing where she cries and whines. And I'm such a sucker, right? So I have to learn how to say, like, no, like, cut it out. Stop.
Now there is another part.
Yeah.
But the thing is, oh,
Give me a moment and just
I got you.
tell the viewers. Yeah.
I got you. All right. Well, Danae is handling mommy duties. We all understand that. All parents do. Well, just keep talking about the retrograde a little bit. Um, So while we definitely will be experiencing the retrograde in Virgo, we also have it being in Libra, which is an air sign, which is my sign. And that brings in, you know, a bit of balancing. So, after we go through this period in Virgo where we're planning, where we're executing, where we're moving, where we're, focusing. I like, some people assign Virgos for being the biggest detectives. Oh, you kind of think of it like that. That's what we're doing right now. We're being detectives and we're figuring it out and getting to the bottom. And heading into Libra season comes the balancing act. Now that we have everything aligned and we've defined what it is that we want and we've made it clear and we're starting to put what works for us, you know, we're starting to execute it. Now we bring everything into balance. So that's what we have to look forward to. And while we're waiting for Danae, we were going to be talking about, you know, other things to do to care for ourselves. Oh, there's Danae
Yes.
there. So I was just introducing the topic. I went out, explaining, why we have the Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It is going to end in Libra, which, brings a balancing to all of the planning and I call Virgos the biggest detectives. I really do because they are kings of getting to the bottom of it. And the only person I'll put that maybe even rival them is a Capricorn, but
Mm.
Virgos are detectives. We get to they, I mean they get to the bottom of it. They research, they plan, they perfect, and then right behind that you got Libra ready to come and balance everything out with some much needed restoration and vitality and all that good stuff that Libra just brings. So
Yes. So, I mean, let me tell you. Okay, let me be 100% honest with you.
go for it.
I know something. I know a little bit about the zodiacs, right? But and this is me speaking with my Leo ness, is that I don't know enough about everybody. Like I know about Leo,
Yeah.
right? And that's really it. And then I know how everybody else is in relationship to Leo, but I don't know I don't know how they are like just in general. So I can only base what you're saying or how I can react to things based off of my experiences with people and I knew what their zodiac signs were. So like the Libras, let me think. Like Libras that I've known, August Libras were like no, I'm lying.
September.
September Libras are very like uh, maybe responsible, maybe
Mm-hmm.
like very well grounded individuals,
Mm-hmm.
um, and very um, like low key intelligent. Can I say like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
they're
got
kind
you.
of like sometimes I just be like, "Are you smart or are you smart?" But they're like so humble that it's like they're never just gonna be like, I got 17 PhDs, right? They'll just be like, oh yeah, just be like, oh yeah, I went to college, you know, like that's all they would
How you
say.
gonna get it?
That's all you're gonna get, yeah. So that's really all I can say about that. As far as like the like everything else, I don't really know. I just can only relate it to how the particular zodiac signs have affected me in my Leo life. So
I've been on this astrology kick for a few years, but I'm like you. I think of a lot of people who've gone through it and read the same things, all begin to base it on their perspective. I have known mostly male Virgos, very
mm,
few, like one or two female Virgos, but most of them have been males, and they are always on top of their ish. In college, you could not stop them. First is studying. The one I was dating, he would read me his information to attain it. So we would help each other study by reading to one another. We were don't. but
Mm-hmm.
it works. But they've always been on top of it. Most of the other guys, they're partying, they're joining the fraternities. The Virgo guys, they were like, we work hard, we're gonna play hard later.
Yeah.
That's what I associate with them. And plus, if they've ever suspected somebody cheating on them, oh baby, Virgos are gonna find out. This
Mm.
isn't not saying that I experienced it, but me watching other male Virgos, like it's hard to pull something over them because they're already lining it and planning it up. So that's just my experience, but that's just an example. These are my perspectives based off of the people that I've experienced and gotten to know, and of course over what I've learned. So
Right.
that's how I apply it. Whew.
Hmm. What is going on? She's just gonna destroy this house. That's all that's gonna happen. I'm looking at her on the monitor. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna let her be. Anyways, sorry.
You are good.
This is why. Okay, can I just share why my child is at home right now?
Go ahead.
Because her daycare's plumbing system exploded. It literally backed up in every single toilet in the place. All the sewage just came back up. I walked in that boy and it smelled like death and and confusion. It was horrible. And what's so thankfully I work from home, so I was able to go and get her.
Right.
However, they sent out the message at 12:37. And what the daycare does, they send you pictures, they give you reports during the day of what your kid's doing. So I had the app open because they had just sent a picture the hour before. So, but when you have the app open, you don't get notifications, or at least I don't. So I had the app open. I didn't see the message until an hour later. And so I felt really bad, but at the same time, they said they should have sent out a mass text. They didn't send the mass text out until after we got back home. So, anyways, she is home because I had to save her from the pollution and airborne diseases that come from the sewer. Oh, but now she's playing like she's not sleepy. And she's just doing whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's my baby. That's my Sagittarius baby. I literally said, go take a nap. And she was like, no. It's like, I'm like, okay, fire to my fire. Like, what are we going to do? What am I supposed to do with this child?
Oh,
Anyway.
my house is filled with water. My Pisces 3-year-old, you can't tell him nothing. Go take a nap. Go take a nap. That's what he'll say. He'll laugh and say, go take a nap, and repeat after you. Yeah, all right.
Hilarious.
I'll show you my definition of taking a nap. My definition of taking a nap is pulling all the linens off the bed and then jumping on the bed. That's my definition of taking a nap.
See,
and then when you come in the room, okay, time to wake up. Get yo. And then he gotta be a smart mouth about it.
Girl, I don't even know. I do not even know. But anyways, I think since we're talking about self-care, I'm definitely going to be taking a 3-hour bath tonight. But beyond that, so let me share with you how I had forgotten about me, right? I had forgotten to take care of myself. The little things that I used to always do that I just loved and enjoyed, but had to put them to the wayside because I decided I was going to be a parent. So things that I'm doing now for my self-care, of course I'm doing a facial. Of course I'm doing my spiritual baths. Of course, I'm going to do some shopping. Of course, I'm going to like play in makeup and all that fun girly stuff that you could do. But now I am bringing back reading like books, like
Right.
but like multiple books at a time, right?
Hmm.
So right now, I think I am reading. Let me look. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 books, like at the same time.
Hmm.
Not every night, but like I'll read a chapter here, I'll read a chapter there. Some of them though are they're kind of like the same topic, but I like to learn how other people view things. Especially
Right.
this book. The books like with like um the Abraham books with the Hicks, and
Hmm.
then this other lady, let me see what her name is. Sanaya Roman, and they
Mm.
talk about um like channeling, spiritual growth, things like that. They
Right.
will talk about that stuff, but they also incorporate their spirit guides that are helping them write the books. So I
Hmm.
find that to be interesting. And I think
That is
that
good.
yeah, I think that with reading it's for I'm doing it, so that I'm learning something new, but also so that
Mhm.
I'm strengthening my mind. Because if I
Right.
don't read and I just watch TV and I'm like just talking to kids all day,
Yeah.
then I I turn to like get like mush brain, because I'm not necessarily being stimulated at a level that I need to be so that I can maintain my
Hmm.
adultness, I guess, my grown woman ish. Because talking to a 2 year old, like if I was just talking to my 2 year old all day long, like there's only so much I want to talk about, like cookies
Girl.
and whatever. I mean, we could read with each other, but it's a little different, And then with my 12-year-old, I don't know about video games and all of that. But my son will take it to a different level. He'll be like, instead of telling me how to play the game, he'll want to talk about like why the graphics on Call of Duty 3 are better than Call of Duty 4 because somebody changed something or whatever the case may be. And I just be like, what? Can we just kill the aliens? Like your conversation is super, super stimulating, and it's amazingly like um what do you call it, mature for your age.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
again, like it's not where I'm at in my life. Like
Hmm.
the graphics of a video game are not that great, so I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. Oh, and then another thing, and I don't know if you do this already, but as I'm what do you call it, I have created my own like spiritual practices. So
Hmm.
every morning I wake up before dawn, and there's things that I say, things that I read, and then like I give my gratitude. And then I move to my ancestral altars. There's things that I read to them, and then do my incense and all of that.
Hmm.
So yeah. The biggest challenge though is remembering all of the steps to what I
Yeah.
want to do. Because waking up before dawn is one thing, but actually starting to move and like get my body going, that's the hard
Yes.
part. That's the challenge. That's where I'm like, oh, I need some help. So I have strategically placed alarm clocks in my room to where I
Hmm.
have to get up out of the bed to turn them off. And that's helped. But then there's sometimes where I'm just like, F it, and I just let it go off. And I don't even care. So there's that.
That is important. I was about to say, you know what? That is a part of taking care of yourself. Having days where you allow yourself and your body to say, just no, no, I
Mm.
can't. Today, I cannot. And that needs to be okay with other people. because we're not robots. I was just like you, working overtime, working 50-hour weeks, working, just working.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. My body
It's just
shut
too
me
much.
down. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. My body literally shut me down. My brain would not let me do it anymore. And so, one of the best things that I had ever heard, I was watching something on YouTube, and the lady mentioned make a list of things that you want to say no to.
Mm.
And why don't you also, for those days where it's hard to get out of bed, where you're just like, you know what? No, I don't want to, go and make a gratitude jar and pull something out of it. And then pull one more thing, and then pull one more thing. And those three things give the gratitude for just for that day. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
if you do that, and if you can just go and stand in the mirror and wash your face, you've done enough. Even if you just go to the bathroom and you look at your face in the mirror and say, "Yep, that's me," that's enough.
Like,
That's enough.
hi there. Hi there.
I
How are you doing?
exactly just checking in. You all right? Nope. I want to go back to bed. All right, me too. Let's go. That's okay.
Mm.
That is okay. And then telling someone when they call, look, I just can't, because
Mm.
a lot of people, and I know that I don't speak or talk like most people, my expression is different. When I know that I got something heavy, it's always, do you have space? Are you okay? Like, let me know if you're okay before I start going, because I can go, but I need to make sure that you're okay first.
Right.
And for my friends like Danae, sometimes I got to dig at you. Let me know what's going on with you, woman, because it's so easy to become that friend that everybody talks to, but
Yeah.
having that listening ear makes all the difference for me. And I've been in those friendships where it's just there's nothing but a phone call except about what's going on or what's going wrong, and it gets draining after a while. So when I
Yeah.
realized that, I was just like, you know what? I don't want people getting off the phone with me feeling drained or unhappy. So it just makes me check myself just a little bit more to be able to say, you know what, I'm not okay today and I don't have the space for this or that. And it actually helps other people be honest. You know what? None
Mm-hmm.
of us are having a great day. It was pretty emotional this morning. It was pretty emotional last night. So
Yeah.
it's
But that's
okay.
really, really good of you to do that too, because then you're allowing the other person, you're telling them, hey, it's okay for you to set boundaries with me. Like, if this is too much, let me know.
Please set the boundary.
So I can respect what you have going on, right?
Mhm.
That's really cool. I like that.
I got you. But yeah, taking a moment, saying, because I don't think we do that because we're always trying to say yes. We're always wanting to
Mm-hmm.
do it. We always want to take care. We want to nurture. We want to be that person. Well, some of us want to be that person that people can rely on. You want to be seen as a reliable person, period. But, you know,
Yeah.
some of us,
Some of us
but
take it to the extreme of
we
like
do.
being a
Mhm.
people pleaser. Yeah.
We really do, and therein we start to insert our own toxic shit to other people because you know what, I used to hate when people like, well, I never asked you to do that for me, and it's just like, you know what, but you didn't stop me either. But
Right.
it was just like, you know what, you are right, you did not ask me to do that. That was me trying to overdo it for you without understanding that, you know what, it's just not something that you asked for nor do you need. And now that
Right.
I know that it's going to be, well, I didn't ask you to do that for me. Now I know that you're not going to appreciate it. So we can just not, like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's where my mind goes. Like the moment I know that you don't appreciate what I do, because I'm an affirmate, my love language is affirmation. When I know you don't appreciate it, it's like, okay, that's cool. I can pull back.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But some people
That's
don't say things like that because they don't want to be like, I guess maybe feel obligated to return the energy or that effort or that love or whatever it is, right?
You
So
know,
that's what they'll be
and
like,
that's
well, I didn't ask you to do that.
and
I
that's why I tell people, you know what? It's not that everybody loves a Libra. Y'all love to be loved by a Libra. The problem is when a Libra begins to expect some of that loving and that those compliments and that time and that energy back, not many
mm-hmm,
people are ready to deliver it. And therein we have to check ourselves like, you know what? We did go overboard. I as a person, I did go overboard for that person. And I should have recognized that, you know what, maybe all of that wasn't necessary. And,
mm,
you know, kind of check yourself a little bit.
yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. Oh, that made me sad.
No, that shouldn't. Why does that make it's a good thing? Because you know what? We need to check ourselves sometimes. Just because you know what, as a young person, especially in my teens and early 20s, I had my head up my butt. I really did. You know, and I could have saved myself a lot of lessons had I just
Mm,
taken a step back and you know what, and been honest and mature with myself. Like, you know what, let me pull my head out of my butt for a moment and let me see that I'm actually causing and creating these things around me. And let me stop being,
mm,
a victim because it's easy to fall into that, especially when you come from, a not so easy childhood into independence and you're trying to learn the world around you and how people are. And, most of us are a little naive when we get out there.
yeah. And that's why parents, you need to be honest with your children about everything and don't try to play them like for suckers just because they're young. Like you need to tell them like what's the true tea, right? Like
Exactly.
like there's I probably would have um I wouldn't have had so many experiences, like negative love experiences if I had just been told the truth about like I don't like uh just the simple fact like people like men and women, right?
Hmm.
Whatever. I'm not gonna get like hung up on like all the genders or whatever the case may be. But let's just say
Yeah.
masculine and feminine. If someone had just been like you like masculine and feminine are totally different. They view things, they look at things, they solve problems differently. Like everything is just different.
Hmm.
Everything like for a more feminine type person, they might see things based off of like how they feel in their heart, right?
Hmm.
Whereas a more masculine person does things based off of what they see, and if they like what they see. Anyways, like a lot of things just would have been better if I wasn't under the impression that like intimacy, right, was just like this beautiful grand thing that was just
Yeah.
like the whole fairy tale situation. Like if someone had just been like, girl,
Let me put you up on game.
yeah, like
This is what you're really walking into,
right, like if someone had just told me the truth and stopped making me think that it was all like love and light, I probably
girl.
wouldn't have gotten my heart broken, or I wouldn't have taken things so seriously, and I would have understood,
Hmm.
you know, I would have understood that there's levels to it. Because I didn't know. Like I thought if you like with somebody, like you're with them, you're dating them, y'all are automatically exclusive. But that isn't true, right? So when I went to college and yeah, I go to college, I'm thinking one thing, and oh boy is having his fun with da 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 da, but me not being what do you call it, educated, or maybe I was naive, or maybe whatever
You're
the
just
case may be.
naive
Like
in love.
yeah, and I'm just like, oh, like my expectations of it were not
Really?
realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was mine too. I don't feel like a lot of us were given game until it was too late.
Yeah.
you know?
Now I know
Like,
all the game, and I'm like, I don't have time for the game now. I don't
exactly.
like I don't care.
Exactly.
Like what?
I
I got bills.
I am not trying to do that. Like, the best thing I can do is pass it on to my nieces and my little cousins. Look, let me tell you something. And you know what's so funny? I keep hearing all these older women, especially our grandparents, come out and talk about how they wish they never got married. And it's just like, are they saying that now? Is it hindsight 50-50, or have they been feeling this way their entire, like, the entire time? But because, it was back then, they didn't exactly just have the option to just leave and go on, you know.
Maybe all
It,
of the above.
yeah. So it's, and I was watching an older lady. She was also saying the same thing. Her mom was trying to send her to college, but instead she got married and had kids and realized that, you know what, this is not it at all. And she went back home to her mom. It was just like, you know what?
It's too.
I get it.
But then,
I get
but
it.
then there's also the whole thing of, and I want to say this, and how it can be attributed to self care. But if you get into a relationship for
Mhm.
your own mental health, be very, very upfront about what your expectations are and what you want, like what your goals are in your own life and what your goals are within the relationship. And then be aware that those goals can change between the two of you, right?
Right.
You have to just be, and you have to be honest. Like, don't say something, don't agree to be something for this person, and you know damn well
That's not what you
that
want.
that's not who you are and you can't do it. And I'm 100% like, I know what that's like. I've done that before because of like being desperate and wanting to be in a relationship so badly. I became this whole new person, and not only did it wreak havoc on my own, you know, not necessarily my mental state, but just it wreaked havoc on my ability to be authentic.
Hmm.
But then it also really messed up the other person because they thought that I was somebody else. And even vice versa, it's happened to me, right?
Hmm.
But you just have to be honest with yourself. And that is a part of like just self care. Be honest with yourself,
Be
be
honest
honest
about what
with
you
other
want.
people, right?
Mhm.
With what you want. Do what, like, because at the end of the day, if you're not, it's all gonna like literally explode in your face. And it could
Exactly.
cause more problems than what it's even worth. Just be honest and communicate and be open and be very, very transparent about who you are, right? If
Ex-
you like to sleep around, say that. If
Just say,
you if you are not for the streets and you don't like going to the club, say that.
say it.
If you don't want to have kids, say that. If you
Say
want to
it.
travel all the time and you want a gig where you're not going to be in one place, say that. If you are having like even it could even go so far as to, if you want to have a job in the adult entertainment industry,
I
then
ain't
say
judging.
that.
Just
Like,
say that.
let people know who you are before you invite them into your life, because it's just going to wreak havoc. It's going to cause you problems, it's going to cause them problems, and then a whole situation can just transpire and it was not even worth it, you know?
Exactly.
So,
One of the biggest indicators for me, if I'm with a person and they should not be and I'm ignoring it, the first thing that starts to mess up is my money. Like, when my
mm,
money, like, I get with a person and then my money starts to get messed up. Okay, you know what? I don't like this. This is something's not right here. And if
mm-hmm.
that's, to me, it's a red flag without that person giving the red flag. But I just, you got to notice things about how you feel when you get with a person. But one, I'm with you. Like, if I had been told, you
Mm-hmm.
know how to be myself before getting into a relationship, and I mean, this is at 18, 19, when you really get out there and you're, really seriously dating someone. If I had that person to tell me, like, do not compromise on what you want, do not go in there feeling like you have to be somebody else that you don't want to be. If this person gives you something that you're not comfortable with, enforce your boundaries and be prepared to say no and walk away. But
Mm-hmm.
instead, of course, I told you about my grooming, you know, the biggest thing that we had to look forward to was being a wife, and most of us wanted to be a wife so we could escape the house we were living in. So,
Right.
you know, it's definitely important to be upfront, but it's also, oh, it is our man, we got to break that curse too with our kids, let them know and find out who they are and let them be comfortable with themselves. That way, you don't have these boys out there trying to get with a woman and then figure out who they are. And meanwhile, they're wreaking havoc on a woman because they want her to tell them who they are. If you don't know
Yes.
who you are, you
Please
have
let your
no
sons know that they only have one mother. Do not
exactly
allow them to get into a relationship thinking that all women are going to
to
make their
be.
sandwiches and cut the crust off of their bread.
We don't
Like
do that.
like be realistic. Like let your children know that when they get into a relationship, it's a partnership. It's not a woman being their mother, and it's not that that's not them as the male or the man, whatever,
Mhm.
being the father to their girlfriend or wife, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just like, you know what? We need to do that. We got to start teaching them. Oh, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, we got
I'm
to
there.
start
Okay.
teaching them, you know what? You need to understand and learn who you are before trying to bring somebody else in it just for the sake of being in a relationship or for the sake of wanting to satisfy, that need that you have. And, we get it. We're teenagers, we were there. But another thing that I really wish they would have put into my head, who you are and what you want is going to change so many times. And I know y'all are going to hear this, you've probably heard it before, but you're going to hear it from me. What you want when you're 21 is not going to be what you want when you're 24. It's definitely not going to be what you want when you turn 25. What you want when you're 25 is not going to be what you want when you turn 28. And baby, let me tell you something, when you turn 30, you're going to feel so silly for even wanting what you wanted 2 years ago. Like, what was I
Right.
thinking? You are going to continue to change and evolve as a person, especially when you're hitting the end of a 7 year cycle. Every 7 years, they believe is another developmental milestone that you're about to go into, depending on where it is. So
Right.
you're 28, and you're thinking, this is the man I want when I'm 28. This is the life I want. By the time you get to 35, mm-mm.
It'll change. And
It all
that's why it's
changes.
so important to have an open line of communication,
Exactly.
because you're going to change. Both people involved in the relationship, are going to evolve or
Exactly.
change. Like I said before, their goals are going to be different. You have to keep that lines of communication open, because if I change to A and you're changing to W, like it may not work. I mean, even though A and
Exactly.
W root beer is really, really good, but it's not necessarily like a great catalyst for a relationship to thrive, right?
Exactly.
You have to build
You
the
know,
partnership.
giving yourself room to say, I don't feel good, that I don't like this, that I don't want this,
Mm,
just giving yourself room to, because we're so conditioned when we're younger to not, your parents like, stop all that complaining. You don't know what you this and that. You don't know this and that. You don't know what you want. And it's like when we get older, and it's like, okay, we have to unlearn all of that. We were told we didn't know what we want. Yeah, you know what? I want people to stop saying I'm raising kids. Your kids only stay kids for a little while, and now these things grow up into old men before they turn 10.
right,
You're raising a person. That child is only going to be a child for so long until they start to discover who they are and what they like. And at that moment, that kitty kid is gone. Now it's a personal development. Now it's time to help them understand who they are and, get there. But just let them be a kid. Like, why rush them through a process? My 14-year-old was like, I got to start choosing a college and everything else. Like, You're 14.
Yeah.
Baby, slow down. Like you got time. Okay, just enjoy being a kid, a teenager. 16 is gonna be here before you know it, and then 18, you're gonna go wish you can go back to 14. Chill. Chill
Right.
out.
Just relax. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy it while you have it.
Enjoy it. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Life. Life is so ridiculously hard for no reason. I think that let me and let me just say how if we were all just raised in a way, well, let me say this. If I had been raised in a way where it was acceptable to just express yourself
Hmm.
and to just be who you wanted to be, I wonder if I would be more accomplished in my life than what I am now. And I try
Hmm.
not to think about it because it probably would just like drive me crazy, right? It's like, oh, I'm not who I want to be, right? But I actually I am, right? Because even though I was told I couldn't do certain things and I believed it, I still
Hmm.
ended up where I was supposed to be, where I want to be, maybe.
Hmm.
But at least it's like, at least I can say that, like, I had some growth
Right.
from everything that I've been through. However, like with my children, I really try to impress upon them that, you know, do what you want to do. Don't
Mhm.
do something because um oh, it's thundering. Okay. Don't do something that because a book or because someone else said that it would be a good idea to do it,
Mhm.
right? Make your decisions based on what feels right for you, like in your spirit, right? Like the self care of it all. Take care of yourself. Hold on. Yes, my love. I'm still on my call. When I'm done, I'll let you know and then you can get back on your game. Thank you. Sorry. My
You're okay.
bandwidth was running low, so he had to get off his game so I can get onto this podcast.
Mm.
He was checking to see
Ah,
if I was still on the call.
I
But I
gotta
try
do the
to,
same thing.
yeah, but I try just to impress upon them, like, hey, if it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. And if I'm
Mhm.
telling you to do something and if it doesn't feel right to you, tell me, like, hey, this
Speak
doesn't
up.
feel good. This
Mhm.
doesn't
Speak
feel good.
up.
Like, this isn't for me. This isn't what I want to do. You know, I want to do this, right? Like, my son had to tell me, like, I just want to be a gamer. Like, I just want to create games. I want to learn how to code and I want to do this because I was like, you know, sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. He wanted to be a dog walker for a long time, like when he was 5. I was like, okay, you know, we'll have grandpa pay you to walk his dogs, you know, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So just encourage them to be who they want to
Of
be instead of
course.
telling them what they should be and
Mhm.
controlling them, because that'll just lead to like, that could lead to like mental anguish and depression and
Pretty much our generation.
yeah, and just like wanting to like give up, right, on life without saying what it is. But it's just too much sometimes. Like just allow yourself to just be who you are. And parents, allow your children to be who they are. Yeah, you see potential in them. Yeah, you want them to be this type of person, but
Exactly.
they may not be that type of person. That's you. Stop putting your insecurities or your uh, dreams, right? Stop living vicariously through your kids, because like
Exactly.
number one, that's weird, and number two, they're not going to take the same path that you would take.
Exactly.
So
I mean, one thing that me and Joe both do with our kids is just like, okay, we understand how our parents handicapped us. We get that because they definitely did not give us freedom of expression. You're better seen than heard, and you do what I tell you to do, and it doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable. You're still gonna go over there anyway.
Mm.
And I feel like that's why so many of us are beginning now to shut down, because we've worked past where we we work way past our limit, because we were told not to speak up. Just work, just work, just shut your mouth and work, just shut your mouth and work.
Right.
Don't be
Right.
seen. I mean, don't be heard. Just work. And now we're like, you know what? We can't do it anymore. A lot of us are literally, our inner child is literally throwing the tantrum 30 years later,
Right. Exactly.
because we couldn't. Our inner child is literally throwing the tantrum right now, and all of us are in therapy trying to help work this mess out, because our there it's screaming out. We're literally screaming out right now. So
Right.
yes, get to know you. I refuse to tell my children who they are and who they want to be. Get yourself up and let them be them. And I'd say, you know what? It's easier to just tell your children, well, it's because I told you so. Because I told you so.
Yeah.
It'd be so much easier if I could just be like, you know what, you going to school, you're gonna learn what them teachers tell you, you're gonna come home, do your homework, and I'm gonna put you in extracurricular activity to keep you out of my hair. It is
Yeah.
not easy to homeschool, to help them to develop, help them learn that one-on-one. As a mom that's been homeschooling for about almost 5 years, is
Girl.
it, and I'm in Illinois now, so up here there is no curriculum except the one you plan. There is no homeschool or e-learning, or what is it, K-12, like virtual learning class. It's no free public school. Everything you have to plan yourself, or pay for somebody else's curriculum.
Right.
So it's tough, but in the end, you know what you're you're giving your child a better chance
Yeah.
than sending them out there. To me, it's like schools are nothing but they're nothing but manufacturing processes. That's
Yeah.
all.
Because
You're
they're still following like the same, except for like those new age schools where they let their kids like do their schoolwork on the
the new,
floor and all that.
yeah,
But like the traditional public schools are very much
brick and
still
mortar,
rooted in the industrial
industrial.
revolution. So
Get these kids to work. Get the kids to work. Get the kids to
yeah,
work.
get them
You
to
know,
work or get them to prison. Either way it goes.
get them somewhere where they're contributing. Oh, not I, said me.
Yeah.
Not I.
So
Not my.
this is the first year that we're doing homeschooling,
Mm.
and I bought someone else's curriculum, and
I
so
look.
far it's
I
so
don't
good.
blame you. I
So
don't
far
blame
it's so
you. Like
good.
I'm doing it too. I like this year. I am not planning out. It is too much. I am using
Yeah.
somebody else's. I am
Yeah.
definitely taking the easy way this time.
Because it's like I'm not what do I want to call it? I'm not I don't think that I'm it's not that I'm not a good teacher,
Mhm.
but planning education type stuff, oh, it's getting dark. Is
Mm.
like not my is not my jam, right?
Right.
So finding someone else's curriculum and I was able to go through it and read it. Like it's pretty good. And so far my son is doing well.
Hmm.
It's his first year of middle school
Oh.
and he's um I think he likes it.
Hmm.
I don't think he doesn't like, we don't have like PE or whatever, but there's
Yeah.
a pool. So we'll do our PE at the pool. We'll go swimming every day,
Yes.
whatever the case may be. And
Yep.
so far it's so good. His grades are not any worse, they're not any better, but he seems happier because he's not at school all day.
Hmm.
It's like 4 hours a day. And then the rest of the
Yep.
day we have to ourselves and we talk a lot more now. Like a lot more. We talk so much more and I love it. And he's not, and because he can take his time,
Hmm.
he's not like frustrated with how fast they go in school, you
Yeah.
know? So I'm very pleased with it. And plus, I don't have any teachers calling me or sending me, like, not that they were calling to tell me like bad things, but I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, like, I don't, we you don't relate to me. I don't relate to you. We're totally like
And here's my thing,
different.
it's just like talking to the teachers, it's just like, do you even have a grasp of my son? Because you got like 27 other
Yeah.
kids in your classroom that you
27, try like almost 40.
40, yeah, 40
You
now.
know, almost 40. Like, do you really know my child, or do you just know them because you know that like after lunchtime he's like full of energy, and so you have to like
Mhm.
maybe work with him a little bit more than
Yeah,
you have to do during the day, or whatever the
yeah.
case may be. I don't know. I just needed them to get out of my house. I needed the teachers. Like,
Mhm.
don't call me for nothing. No, I'm not donating this. And let me, because the school supply list, and I know this is off topic, but the school supply list is stupid. Don't nobody need that many highlighters and erasers and pencils. My son does not need 47 pencils. Like, he doesn't. Okay. Everything can be done electronically. All he needs is a laptop. Let's go,
Yeah, that was a big saver for us. Homeschool, school supplies. Oh my gosh, it was so nice to have. Because, girl, we still got tablets and stuff we have not used. When we first homeschooled, I went and bought stuff. We still haven't used it. We got old writing tablets, pens, pencils, crayons. The most of it's done on the computer.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He still has to write. Things like that. But it's
Mm-hmm.
mostly done on the computer. And the school supply list, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. They give these teachers little to nothing
Right.
to put in these classrooms. So I get it. You got to ask for stuff, but
But
four
yeah.
boxes of tissues, seven paper towel rolls,
Or
Kleenexes,
those
erasers.
the Clorox wipes, and the kids still getting sick. What you cleaning? Because my son still came home with with the flu, over exaggerating. But what are y'all cleaning? Because the kids are still getting sick. So it's not working. But nevertheless, I say
I
all
walked.
that to say,
No, I was gonna say
do
I
for
walked.
your self-care,
Yeah,
do what is right for you.
yeah,
Right?
right.
Whatever's
No,
gonna help your
you
soul, do it.
you brought up the Lysol wipes, and I was like, I walked into one of those classrooms. Those desks were dirty. Ma'am, you ain't using those Lysol wipes. Did you take them home?
Yeah, that part. I'm buying
I'm
supplies
not
for your
judging.
house. I don't think so. I'm not her today. I'm not her today.
I'm not judging, but still. And you remember you used to put your name on the Kleenex box. Your mama made you put your name on those so they teach you know they yours. So anybody else using them. At the end of the year, all that Kleenex and stuff I bought, where else are the stuff I bought you at?
Right.
At
Where is
school, they
it?
don't give us that back.
They don't give it back. They keep it for next year and then make the new kids bring more stuff. Like, come on. Why is everything just so expensive for no, like, everything is so expensive for no reason, but then they don't want to pay you money so that you can afford all this expensive stuff. It's so
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
It's all by design, baby. All by design.
It's totally ridiculous. I hate consumerism. Like, I like it, but when it involves me spending my money on stuff that I don't want to spend it on, then I don't like it.
Exactly.
So, anywho, oh girl, we've been on for an hour and 4 minutes, just
Yeah.
talking.
It's good. This was
Yeah,
needed. Very much needed. Parade of storms is what they said is happening. We got a pretty bad one last night that came out of nowhere. But it's moving up. But I'm surprised. It's we've been into hurricane season and it's been pretty chill. So I'm surprised that it hasn't been more active.
yeah. Well, the sun's fake, so
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to believe at this point.
No.
China's allegedly having some heat wave, and people are passing out. Shoes are melting on the floor. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the map right now. There's a whole storm system that's going through Mexico into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi.
Hmm.
What state is that? Like Alabama, all of like the Carolinas, all of that, up through Philly, New York, and then up into Canada.
Yep, that's what they call the parade of storms, baby.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. What is this? Let's
Oh, and before we end it, I wanted to
see.
pull a card because I have
Let me
these
see.
in
Oh, those are
another
pretty.
box. Huh?
I said that's pretty. I like that.
Yep. These were given to me by a Secret Santa. They bought these and another Oracle deck for me. It was a $25 limit. To this day, I still have no idea who bought both my decks.
Mm,
And I'm like, because I was asking who was my Secret Santa because I got the decks like 2 weeks because we since we're virtual, we all made an Amazon list with wish list of some stuff we wanted. I
yeah.
had some socks, but these cards were only like 17. I think the other ones were like 20. So $25 limit. They bought both of these cards. And then 2 weeks later, I got a pair of socks. I'm like, wait, who got me socks? So I found out who gave me the socks. And I was like, did you also give me the cards? He's like, no, I didn't get you. There were no cards on your list. I was like, oh.
Oh, they had already been purchased.
I was so who bought them? To this day, I still don't know. I still don't know who bought
Mm,
them. But it made me happy because of course, when you first get into this, traditionally they say your first deck is supposed to be given to you.
okay.
But we don't go by that, and
Yeah,
not
I
a lot of
bought
people go by
mine.
that. But the
I'm like, I
fact
don't know
that
you.
somebody, yes, the fact that somebody bought them makes them that much more special. It's just like, oh, thank you. So, yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
But
I
wanted,
wish you could see how dark it is.
I can see in your room, like your whole
Uh-huh.
lighting has changed.
It is. It looks like it looks. It reminds me of how like when I would used to come out here and like during hurricane season as a kid and everything like just black.
Hmm. I
Mm.
remember those days all too well.
But you know what? Okay, wait. While you're shuffling,
Hmm.
my daughter's daycare's toilets exploding was necessary because this storm, I would have been scared to drive in it. Like just at this point, I would have been
Oh
like, "Oh
yeah,
no." Because I would have had to leave in like 10 minutes to get
you
her,
would
and the
have,
and
yeah.
the road like it just started, and the road outside is already starting to like flood.
Ooh, what if it's the what is it called? The plumbing from all the flooding that's making everything back up,
It might
possibly.
be possibly, but it didn't. It well, maybe it might be. It hasn't rained for like 2 days, but still, anything's possible, right?
Hmm.
And the daycares, we're closer to the ocean, so
Right.
our water runs off a little bit faster than it would to the north. So, but
Mm.
anyways,
All right. So we are going to get ready to close off with a quick message from this is the Sacred Light Oracle. Love this deck. It's very encouraging and it's so pretty. Like the way it shines on the side, it's like a gold reflective. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just
I
like
can't. It looks silver on the side, but I love it. I always use my gold ones for
Mhm.
when I want to ask about money.
No, that's good. I like that. I like that. That's dope. All right, we are getting. Oh, this one just came up. Okay. Oh, the Dharma wheel. I got this one a little earlier too.
Oh, that's
Ah,
pretty.
this
Is
one.
that what does that one mean?
So let me see if it can come. Can you
I
see that?
can. But my screen is a lot smaller since I'm using my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to read because I have a crazy memory, and guess what? The number is 11.
Mm.
So
We've been
yeah,
seeing a lot of 11s today.
we have.
Like right
Yes,
now, it's 4:52, and that's 11. And we have like a one person watching and one like. That's 11.
11. I
Yeah.
like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so 11 Dharma wheel, karmic lessons, peer pressure, moral codes. It is impossible to go through life without having your moral code and ethics challenged by people in society. In the past, peer pressure, discrimination, racism, social discourse taught you to be suspicious of of the motives and actions of others. The realization of knowing right from wrong in any context is what your soul is seeking now during its experience, the law of truth. When the Dharma wheel spins, you will be provided with pathways that lead to personal truths. Finding yourself in compromising situations with questionable people or intentions will only add more weight to your Dharma scales. Lies and secrets will be revealed now. Honor your agreements and be wary of unsolicited advice of
Mm,
those that wish to gossip about others.
mm.
Seated in the sacred lotus, Ascension Master Lady Lakshmi. That's who this is. Lakshmi. I don't know if y'all familiar with. I think that's Buddhism. Lakshmi.
I don't know.
I think that's Lakshmi. Okay. All right. So she helps you to challenge. Well, she helps you to question your morality and your ethics. Challenges to your integrity are revealed with the risk of theft and deceit, personal robbery, damage to personal or business interests. Be aware of your surroundings and social environments and of suspicious activities. Dressed in red and surrounded by white elephants, Lady Lakshmi influences luck in business and prosperity. Reduce your exposure to negative social settings by keeping your distance, even if only for a short term. New and unfamiliar people, including volatile atmospheres and high energy events. Balance your dharma by seeking your personal truths without compromising your integrity or morality. Ascension Master Lady Lakshmi says, let the wrap of cloth untwine, let the thought flow with breath. And the affirmation is, I control my thoughts and feelings. I act with integrity and grace.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? And I've been getting that too. Because a lot of people have been saying, you know what? It feels like they're running into confrontation in situations that are always, having them to keep their cool. Like, you know what? It's like you're being something's
Baited.
baited and triggered to try to get you to come out and act without grace.
Right.
And
They're trying to get the hood to come out. That's what it is.
I, yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. But in my case, I'm so introverted and I stay to myself anyway. I don't really go out and run in these streets. So a lot of my like the whole bait and switch situations are like the things that I see
Mhm.
on social media, or sometimes I'll get these pop-ups on my phone of like the news, and
Girl.
and it'll be like, and like immediately in my head I'm like, I automatically like go to, oh, that ish is crazy, and
Yep.
start
And then
popping fly at the mouth, and then I'm like, why am I
why?
even
Why
like
am
worried? Like, this isn't even about me. Who cares?
I have,
You
girl, I
know?
literally have a sticky note on my mirror that says that thought will never come to pass. Let that mess go. I have to remind myself so much because I will hear it too, and then I'll get in my feelings, especially if it's about something about the sexes. Don't let it be some man feeling like he, you know what, this is why masculine men don't want this type of woman. It's like, you know what, do not get me started. It's like, you know what? And then I'll start going playing these things in my mind. And it's just like, I wish somebody would try to meet this guy. Like, you know what? Why
Yeah.
am I doing this? Why? Let me stop.
Getting
Stop.
yourself over no reason.
No reason. No reason.
I
Look
love
at
it.
yourself. Look at yourself, girl.
I love it. Oh my god.
So if I helped y'all feel not so weird, I hope I did because yeah, I do it too. It'd be all up in here. Those little
Yeah.
scenarios be going and you become hyper fixated. Just remind yourself to, okay, you know what? I had that thought. We're just gonna let that go. It came, it's
Right.
past, it's gone. That's the hard
Right.
part, letting the thought go.
Acknowledge it and let it go. Right.
Let it go.
Absolutely. 100% agree. Oh,
This was relieving. This was nice.
it
This was a breath of
was.
fresh air. This was
It was
great.
necessary. I
Absolutely.
love our conversations
Me too.
because it gives me an opportunity. Like, okay, I'm just going to say what I have to say, right? But it's really, and you said something similar earlier today. So I'm just really agreeing with you. But it's like, it's really good knowing that like my neuroses is not just me, right? Like
It's not.
my weirdness and my like being, right?
Mhm.
It's very, very refreshing knowing that there's someone else that understands, right? Like they get it. Like not only do you understand, but like you're like have empathy, you know, and like so you know, and you're like, and I don't feel judged, and I'm just like I could be a complete spaz sometimes, and you'll literally just sit there and be like, yeah, I know, and then you'll like say something like that happened similar, and I'm like, okay. So then it's not just me. I'm
No,
not the
it's not.
only one. And that really makes me feel like normal, you
Exactly. And you
know?
know what? That's why I will give TikToks that small little bit of props because you know what? I've been able to see people and listen to them and meet you and other people like that and be like, you know what? It's not just me. So okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, so
Right.
I'm not crazy. So it's not just me going through this. It's not just me that just sees this. It's not just me going through this. Y'all
Right.
all see it too, right? Y'all all feel this with me. I'm not the only person that's kooky that thinks these thoughts that run with these thoughts sometimes, and I have to bring myself back. I'm not the only crazy person.
Right. Like it's not just me.
It's
Like
not just
clearly
me.
everybody is crazy, but it's not
We're
just me.
we're all like like the cat said. We're all a little mad here. We're
Yeah,
all
just a little bit.
come on to the tea party. We all a little mad.
Right? I
we
love
ain't gonna
it.
we ain't gonna talk about what's in these cups. Just have a seat. Oh, 5 on the dot. I think this is
Boom.
a good stopping point.
All right. We'll
So
stop.
we want to thank all of you for coming in. We had some people come in, come out. Thank y'all for stopping by. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. We love it. We love it. We love it. Come back and see us next week.
Hmm.
We will be here every Tuesday. Trying to start at 3 o'clock. Should technology cooperate? Should our kids cooperate? It is called Mom Talk, Spirited Mom Talk. We just do it without the kids sometimes.
Right.
We hope to see
Right.
it. But we love
Oh,
y'all.
oh, and
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nally set us up a TikTok account. So we are now on TikTok. TikTok at Spirited Mom Talk. Is
Mom
it?
Talk.
Oh, I think I put Spirited. I put Spirited TikTok. Child, I can't live my life today. It's Spirited Mom Talk.
Spirited
I am
Mom.
so sorry.
Girl, please.
I,
Again.
Mom, I'm sorry. I was trying to do stuff, and then my little, you know,
This is me,
she was
girl.
like, I'm not having it today, Mom. I am here, and I need
Girl.
cookies.
That's it. That is it. That is it. So, like Danae was saying, we would do our best to be here at 3 if we're a little late. Circumstances, life, it happens. But you
Right.
can find us on all platforms under these names here. I got a whole tag. I got to learn to tear those things off.
You
But
might need to return it. Don't take it off. You never know.
I like this, girl. This is my get meat for free shirt. Girl, come on now. I got a bakery. I got a lifestyle I'm trying to maintain. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm done. But follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see y'all next week. We love y'all. You already know my closing. Be authentic. Let everything else be bonus. I love y'all. Miss Danae gonna hit y'all with hers.
I don't have anything today. It's
She
raining
love you. That's
outside.
that's what we got.
Yeah,
We
I
love
do.
y'all.
I do. I do send tons and tons of loving vibrations to you. I have faith that this week we will all move forward
Mhm.
into what we are supposed to be doing for our life purpose, right? Like it's all going to
September.
start coming into alignment, and I know that as a fact that it is going to happen. So
Yes. Yes, yes. September is going to be a good month for a lot of us. I feel it. I know it. I
Yeah,
just know it. It's going to be a good
absolutely.
month. So, with that being
Okay.
said, we're good.
Okay, sorry, I got excited.
528 to kind of cleared. Sending y'all away with love one more time. Y'all have a good one, and we will see y'all next week. Peace. I love you.
Peace.